Galore Mafia.
Hello, welcome to my channel. What it do and what it don't. What it do and what it don't. What it do and what it don't. We're doing makeup today again, but instead of just being so in-depth about it, I'm not really going to be talking about makeup. I'm going to be talking about something different entirely. I just need something to do while talking so I don't get bored. Oh, by the way, I did my hair. I did this myself. I used box braiding hair, so it's a very cheap hairstyle, you know? Personally, I think I snapped. I think I cut up something criminal, so cut up something bad, something vicious, something vile. We're just gonna be talking about like mainstream things, and by mainstream, I mean things like on social media, like different narratives, different hot takes, different perspectives. And I'm gonna give my opinion on them because who's really gonna stop me? First of all, we're going in with going in with a primer, same primer as the first video. You just had to be there for the first video. You really just had to be there. Anyway, the first thing I really wanted to touch on was this mainstream idea of friendship, because it has some good points, but it's also getting really out of hand. Let's just start with like the main one everyone knows. What is it called? It's like low maintenance low maintenance friendships and high maintenance friendships. This is something everyone's talking about. Basically, a low maintenance friend is one you can go like 6 months without talking to and then pick back up like nothing ever happened, which I understand. I've had friends like that and it was genuinely like that. Like nothing changed between us. And this high maintenance friendships, and those are the friends that are like on the phone with each other every day. They talk every day. They do a lot of things together. Kind of like a relationship without the commitment and without the title. We're about to go in with the eyebrow pencil. I think it's L'Oreal. Brow Down to Me. It's in the shade brown. Anyways, here's my opinion about this. I don't talk to all of my friends each and single day. Like we keep in touch most definitely, but we're not like just sitting on the phone getting breakfast together. Like it's not like that. And like they have their own relationships, their own life. Like they have their own goals. They're doing their own thing. So even if that was the case, it would be like kind of weird anyway. Even though I don't talk to my friends every day, I still make sure to check up on them. And I kind of think, Cody, I know your jingle is in the background of my video right now. Like I was saying, I think low maintenance friendships are kind of bullshit, and here's why. Okay, usually the people that's like, oh, I just have low maintenance friendships, blah blah blah, like that's cool and all. Like you could be going through something, you could be going through depression, you don't really want to talk to anybody. I get that. I most definitely get that. My phone used to be on D&D all the time. Like you just couldn't reach me, and I loved it that way. But
Cody, stop.
But I feel like if you could just stop talking to your so-called friend for like more than a month on end, then you didn't really care about that friendship. That's just how I feel. If y'all was really friends, like if y'all really valued hanging out with each other, you know, like talking to each other, being in each other's space, not even like on no relationship stuff, just on like a friendship bond, like, you know, like a good little friendship, you wouldn't just stop talking to them out of nowhere, especially if you had nothing going on. Like, if you're just not that busy of a person and you're not like going through mental health issues or whatever, and you just choose to stop talking to that particular friend for a couple months because it's a low maintenance friendship, no, you're more than likely using them. You ever think about that? I bet you didn't. And another thing I noticed, it's very common actually, is what I am beginning to realize. A lot of people that's like, oh, I only have low maintenance friendships because it works best for me. I don't have to talk to you every day. A lot of people that say that to you are only saying that to you because they don't want to talk to you every day. If you have a friend that's like,
oh yeah, we have a low maintenance friendship, like we just don't have to talk to each other every day.
I bet you they have a friend that they be on the phone with 24/7 and it's just not you. And not only that, but people that say, oh, I just have low maintenance friendships, they be the ones to cut off all their friends when they get into a relationship. I know y'all know people like that because I surely know people like that. Or they don't cut off their friends, but they just won't talk to them as often. They won't check up on them. Like, they make their whole world revolve around their significant other and just kind of cut off everybody else. It's yeah, those are usually those type of people, which I just don't agree with. On the side note, can we appreciate the brows? Like, I'm really out here getting better with every attempt.
Cody, shut the fuck.
I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in this little eyebrow brush right here. This concealer is in the shade Rich Chocolate. If you're my skin tone and you're looking for a concealer. It's not my skin tone, by the way. It is brighter, so yeah. So I'm just gonna line my eyebrows with the concealer now. I saw this post on Instagram about friendships too, and it was like, you know, we're grown now, we have jobs, kids, da da da. Like, if you be on Instagram, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. And I fully agree with that post. Like, especially the grown folk, like, y'all have lives. Like, y'all are probably about to move states. Like, y'all don't have all the time in the world to just be kicking it. And I respect that. I appreciate it. I really do. I honestly really do. I'm trying to get like y'all. I just realized I plan to start out this video by giving myself an intro because this is my third video and y'all really don't know much about me if you're not an immediate family member or like a close friend of mine. But
I did not do that at the end.
Like, if you're chasing your dreams, if you're doing something, like when I started social media, like really started posting on YouTube and editing and doing all that, I had people reaching out to me. I was like, yeah, I'm so proud of you. Like friends reaching out to me. I was like it was just such a warm feeling because I value friendship a lot. In my opinion, friends are your support system. They're part of your support system. One of the biggest parts. Family can't give you what friends give you, and a boyfriend or girlfriend cannot give you what friends or family gives you. Like, no one can do the job for each other, if you catch my drift. Like, it's three separate aspects of life that you need to be fulfilled. I don't want to say need, because I don't want to say like you need a partner or like you need blood family, because I know blood family can be kind of shaky. I know there's bad experiences with but I'm pretty sure y'all get what I'm saying. Like, every human craves love and romance, so it's kind of not even a crazy statement. Anyway, I just got a text message that I wasn't able to read because I was too busy talking. Anyway, I saw this other thing on TikTok. Have y'all seen that like hot take? It's like,
oh, if you stop talking to one of your friends because she won't leave a toxic relationship, then you're a bad friend.
I have a lot to say regarding this, but I'll be back because I gotta outline the top of this brow. That's the only thing saving y'all right now. I feel like this is a real interesting thing to say because I could see how you would think that, but at the same time, If you've never dealt with it, then you just really wouldn't know. Like, here's my thing. If you're my friend, right, and I know you're in a toxic relationship and I'm trying to help you as best I can, like, that is me putting my energy into you. And if you are taking my energy and basically throwing it away because you don't want better for yourself, you don't want to change, you don't want to grow up, you don't want to leave, why would I still try to help you? Seriously, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. So if your friend is willingly staying in a relationship that she knows is bad for her, unless she can't leave safely, and she's taking your energy over and over and over and over and over again and not doing anything with it, you're calling that other person a bad person because they don't want to deal with their friend's like toxic mindset anymore. I wouldn't turn my back on my friend in that situation by any means, but at the same time, I'm not gonna keep giving you my energy so you can just throw it away and ignore everything I'm saying to you. And if it gets to a point to where like she's constantly angry and she's constantly like blacking on you because of her ain't shit boyfriend, hell yes, I'm gonna stop talking to that hoe. You're not about to be mad at me because he cheated on you for the 56th time. That's not how bullshit ass. I just think a lot of the time now, people want their friends to give them way more energy than they actually want to put in. Because if you expect a friend to like really be there and like constantly give their energy to someone else who doesn't want to listen and who doesn't want better for themselves, and then when they finally start valuing their energy and their time and their, you know, like mindset, they are a bad person. Like, let me tell y'all something. You know, birds of a feather flock together. And people were saying like, oh, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. It is true, and I'll tell you why. I went to college and I previously like didn't smoke or anything, didn't drink or anything. I actually still talked about like 4 of them. I still talked about 4 of them now, so if you're not any of those 4, then fuck you. They all like were vaping. And I never vaped before, and because I was around them literally 24/7, we lived in the same dorm, like where we were basically neighbors. They influenced me and I started vaping. It took me a couple months to even quit. Like I said previously before, I had no experience to vape. I had no need, desire. Actually, I did not like people vaping around me, did not like people smoking weed around me, did not like cigarettes. I still hate cigarettes. Yeah, it was just, I didn't like it. Didn't like any of it. But because I was surrounding myself with who I was surrounding myself with, that changed. I'm not trying to be shady, and I'm definitely not gonna name drop because that would be fucked up. I had this friend in college who is just adamant about not leaving her ain't shit boyfriend. I kept trying to tell her like, girl, you're being dumb, you're wasting your life, he's not, like, you're not gonna reach your dreams with this guy, like, he's just gonna hold you back, da 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 da. And she would listen for like a day, and then nothing would change. She would go back to him, and the cycle would just repeat itself. Eventually, I got tired of wasting my energy, so I just stopped saying anything. Every time she brought up her ancient boyfriend, I kind of just looked at her like, okay, so how was your day? I have this one ex who, like, if he comes near me, I'm getting a restraining order, right? But because I was around her for so long, I actually started to think like,
you know, maybe he wasn't that bad. Maybe I was just tripping. Like, maybe I should give him a second chance.
No. That was her energy getting into my head. Like, birds of a feather do flock together. At some point in time, the people you hang around with, you're gonna turn into those people, and then they are gonna turn into you. that's what's gonna happen. That is always what happens. You turn into that other person and they slowly start turning into you. Like, you may keep like your morals and stuff like that, like, you know, like basic stuff, but at the end of the day, you're going to start adapting to, you know, the same ideologies and the same beliefs as that other person. You can't even deny it. It's not even something that's like a deniability. That's the eyebrows done. Okay, they're looking a lot better than what they usually look like. Before I use foundation, I'm gonna use this color corrector as like a little concealer to just brighten my face a little bit. I've been using this for the past couple of days and I really like how it affects the face. I didn't even show y'all the color corrector. It's LA Conceal It, LA Colors Conceal It. They also have, I think, L'Oreal, I don't know which one it is, but it's like Pro Concealer. You can find it in a beauty supply store. It's not that hard to find it anywhere. But before we do that, before we blend it, we're just gonna spray some satin spray. Another thing I wanted to say is learn how to let certain friends go. It'll save you. I recently cut off one of my long-term friends, actually one of my best friends, because I realized she was using me the whole time. I'm gonna give y'all a little story time because I'm still salty about it. For years now, I would go and pick her up from my house and bring her back for sleepovers. She lives an hour away, so there and back is 2-hour drive. She did not offer any gas money anytime. I didn't ask her for any gas money anytime. Really just out here being her sugar mama and all that shit. Every time she got into drama, I had her back. I would argue with hoes over her. Every time one of her exes did her dirty or whatever, I'll be like, you know, fuck that bitch. I'm name dropping stuff. I'll be like, fuck that bitch, you know, da da da, she ain't on shit. Like, I would have her back. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, no, maybe that one ex had a point, you know, she was actually kind of cool, ha ha ha. No, that ex I was talking about, the one that if he came near me, I would get a restraining order immediately. She still wanted to kick it with him even after everything he did to me, which is a completely different story time, which I will probably never do because I'm just not trying to talk about it really. Yeah, after I broke up with my ex for the last time, she still wanted to like hang out with him and smoke with him and be his friend. But she would tell me that,
Oh, she didn't really want to just be his friend. She just wanted...
my old best friend was gay, by the way. This isn't like that. And she was like,
Yeah, I don't really want to be his friend. I just want to use him for his weed.
and I should have known right there that this girl was a user. But I just didn't think she would do that to me, considering how long we knew each other. I felt it for months now. Like, you can feel when you're just kind of pulling away from someone. Like, things don't feel the same. But anyways, you see how this, like, color corrector really just, like, transformed my face like that? Y'all better go get y'all some. I'm now going in with the foundation. e.l.f. in the shade chocolate, 81387. I felt it for months now that I was just like pulling away from her, like more and more, and I didn't really know why. And I kept seeing signs like, oh, someone really isn't for you, someone's talking behind your back. I'm a very spiritual person, by the way, so yes, I was listening to all of the signs. And every time I saw a message like that, I would immediately like think straight back to my best friend, which is honestly so sad. You should not be thinking, like, if you get a message that one of your friends is like not for you, the last person you would want to think is your best friend. But for me, the first person I was thinking was my best friend, because I knew things were different. She did what she did. But yeah, I found myself pulling more and more away from her as time went on. And you know, I was really hesitant to cut her off. I was talking to like I was talking to one of our mutuals about it. I had known her for about 8 years at that point, and the one I was talking like to knew me for 9 years, and they knew each other for like 11 years. So we all, like, it was like a trio situation. Yeah, I was talking to her about it, and she was like, you know, you need to let her go, you need to cut her off, like, obviously she's not being a good friend to you, this and that and the third. And I knew she was right, but it was just a point of like, I didn't want to feel like I was giving up on my friend, especially how loyal I am when it comes to friendships. But yeah, it was just coming to a point to where like she was doing a lot of stuff to really show me that she didn't really care about me or our friendship anymore. And I tried to have multiple talks with her before I cut her off, like I do with anyone else. Like, before I cut you off, I will always let you know how I feel and what's making me feel this way. And depending on how you respond is depending on whether you will still be gang or not. I had these talks with her, and she would give me like, you know, a standard bullshit answer like, oh, I just been going through a lot, which, you know, it's fair. I believed it at first because people do go through things, don't get me wrong, but if it's to the point where every single time I go out of my way to pick you up and bring you back to my house, which is a lot of gas, a lot of driving, a lot of effort, and you come to my house and don't even talk to me, you just smoke weed and use my TV and play on my PlayStation, like, okay. When I only ask you for about $20 so we can both have a game because you have my PlayStation account, and it becomes such a big problem even though I've spent thousands of dollars buying you food when you couldn't afford it, buying you drinks when you couldn't afford it, letting you take my things because you didn't have it. I asked you for $20 and it's a problem. That was the icing on the cake for me. That was just like, it topped everything. On top of her still wanting to be friends with my ex, all of that, it just piled up, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. I was like, you know, it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And she, like, I sent her a long message. Saying how she needed to grow up. I hope she gets help because she's a user. And she texted me back saying,
you tell me to grow up is crazy because the fact that I didn't even get mad about this message you sent me just shows how much I've grown as a person.
No, it doesn't. You have mental health issues. You're constantly smoking weed and doing various other things. You're dissociating, and when you dissociate, you can't process emotions correctly or well at all. So you're probably to the point where you're numb and you're just not feeling anything, but you think you've grown so much because you can't feel anger. Well, that's actually a very bad sign, and you're probably going to end up in an asylum very soon. I keep forgetting the setting spray. And all I did was, I'm about to conceal my face. I went in with the same concealer. I'm actually about to use this concealer as well because I haven't used it for a while. I'm just gonna add a little bit, like a little bit. I feel like really people's idea of friendship is just really fucked up. Like, it, in this day and age, in this generation, it's become so normalized to be a piece of shit that it makes no sense. Like, it's very ridiculous. And it's not even just like one aspect of life, it's like everything. Like, you're just motivated to be the worst human possible with friendships, relationships, everything. Like, everything is just so idolized now, and it's not very good. When you notice a friend is not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, if you notice a friend is using you and is not reciprocating that same energy that you're giving into them, cut them hoes. loose. Cut them loose. I cannot stand, like, I understand because I used to be the same way, but I cannot stand when people are like, oh, you know, I just knew them for so long. I can't. What if they're really not like that? If they wanted to, they would. They knew what they were doing. They are grown as fuck. And if they really wanted to be a good friend to you, that would have happened without you having to say anything. And another pro tip I can give you to cutting people off is to not take anything personally. Like, they did you like that because they're just a bad person. It was nothing you did, nothing was your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing you could have done. Like, they're just bad people. Like, that is just a bad person, and it is what it is. Like, they were gonna do that to anyone else they ran into. You didn't do anything wrong. You more than likely did all you could. And if they are draining your energy, if they are making you sad, if you feel like, you know, the friendship is failing and you've tried communicating with them already and they just do not care, get them gone. Get them gone. Get them gone. You're really gonna regret it when you don't. Like, I promise you are. Because you're just gonna keep putting up with it. And at some point, they're literally just going to start disrespecting you. And you're gonna be like, where did this come from? How did this happen? Da, da, da. When you saw the signs, you just didn't want to act upon them. It just is what it is. You unfortunately fell victim to their bullshit. And, you know, all you can do is hope that you learned your lesson. We're going in with contour palette. I need to get a new one. What's more important, a friendship that will more than likely be replaced, or your mental health, your energy, your thinking, your personality, your moral system? You tell me. Dump the Glock, show me a work or something. Going in with the blush palette. I'll just put some blush on, but I don't really care. It brings color to the face. I almost stabbed my eye with the mascara, and that was almost very, very bad. I know it probably looks very crazy on camera, but you have to remember, I'm a small YouTuber, I'm recording on my phone, and this ring light kind of sucks ass. But the makeup look did come out nice. I know I didn't do a lip, but I feel like my natural lips are just enough for you. It should be enough. Why isn't it enough? Treat your friends right. Don't be a bad friend. No one likes a bad friend, especially if you're one of my friends, because I will cut you off. I am very protective of my peace and energy, and you're not gonna trample over it. If someone is being a bad friend to you, please let them go as soon as possible. I know it can be hard, very, 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 very hard. I struggled with actually letting go with people for a very long time. They're just going through things in life that you can't understand because you more than likely have a better life than they do. So, you know, give them some grace, give them some space, and leave. You're welcome. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. You know, Gangalore Mafia, we're a growing family here on YouTube. I would love to see more of y'all. I think I'm at 28 subscribers. How about we get me to 50? How about we just get me to 50 to start off? Y'all want to get me to 50 subscribers? If you like this video, you should subscribe because I like makeup, and this will not be my last makeup video. Even though I look crazy right now, don't do that. Bye. Would it do it? Would it don't?